creating a website was very difficult. You didn't really have a good solution to create a website. You had to do it from scratch in plain HTML or CSS. And quickly, we have seen some solutions coming on the market. One of them is WordPress, of course, one of the most popular CMS in the world. 60% of the website still run today on WordPress. And we believe that the success of WordPress is explained by the fact that this is an open source product. Being open source means that many contributors can access the code, create custom plugin, and also create tailor-made solution for end users. However, if you are not a developer, creating a website on WordPress might be quite difficult. And that's why you have seen another axis on this market really focused on the ease of use. And one of the solutions on this axis is, of course, Wix. Wix is a good software, very easy to use. They're really focused on a nice interface by drag and dropping blocks. However, it suits very small websites, mainly showcase websites. But in case you would like to launch an e-commerce project, probably Wix is not the right solution. And that's why we have seen a third axe, which is the e-commerce-centered solution. One of them is Shopify. Shopify is a leader in terms of e-commerce solutions. It's a good solution to create an e-commerce, but as soon as you'd like to scale your website with other apps such as accounting software or inventory, which are very important, right? If you launch an e-commerce, you like to create invoices, you like to manage your stock, it's going to be quite difficult, and you'll have to connect this Shopify platform to an ERP, such as Odoo, and you need a connector. It's quite complex and very costly. So as you can understand, there are three main axes on this market, and none of these solutions really provide the three aspects in one solution. Of course, if you are here today, it's because you know the next slide. We have we are lucky to have that solution that really gather these three aspects together. So Odoo is truly unique. We are an open source product. It means that you can easily customize the way it works, the websites especially, and also we have a big community working on Odoo. As you can see, for example, today, many contributors help us to make the product evolve. Secondly, Odoo is very easy to use. It's accessible to anyone, even for people who don't know how to create a website yet. We have an easy-to-use interface with drag and drops editor. And finally, maybe the most important point to me is the integration of the system. Odoo is like a box of Lego. You have different bricks. You can combine them together, and it makes the system super powerful. Tomorrow, if your shop scale and you'd like to maybe open a physical store, it's going to be as easy as adding one module in your database to get a point-of-sale system that is fully connected to your e-commerce. So Odoo really provides many added values, and I'm really convinced that we have a unique website solution on this market. However, the main challenge for us is to get known as such a good solution for creating website and e-commerce specifically. As you know, historically, Odoo is famous for ERP. We are business management software, and not that many people know that we can actually create a website on the database. Even some existing customers just don't know that with one click, they could add a website that is fully connected to their existing database. So I believe that the way to get known as such a good editor is also to improve the global expertise on that specific modules. And this is also related to you as a partners. It's one of your mission to implement Odoo at the customer side. And I must say that today we don't have that many experts in the fields of e-commerce and website creation within the global Odoo community. Of course, we have some partners that already are focused on these aspects, but that's not the majority because most of them are more focused on the accounting or ERP part of the tool. So now, how are we going to increase this global expertise? That's where we come from, where we enter the room. So we have developed new web design services for the partners and the customers. So 2 years ago, we started a team. Most of them are there. You can raise your hand. The team is composed of 17 web designers, 3 front-end developers, and 6 e-commerce experts. The team is growing quite fast. We are available in Europe, where it started, but also in other areas such as Asia and Middle East. We are opening the service in Mexico too. So we can really help you worldwide. The goal of this team is to provide services on the website part of Odoo for the partners and for the customers. For the partners, there are mainly 2 options. The first one would be to outsource the work, the website part of your projects, to our team. In case you have a specific project you would like to discuss with us, or you would like to implement the website part, but maybe you don't already have all the skills to implement that part, you can ask us to help you on implementing that part. And the second option is to train your team. And this is definitely the one we prefer. We prefer you to be trained to learn how to create a website on Odoo, to master all the functionalities and the website development on Odoo. So later, you'll be autonomous on creating websites. So on the first option, so the outsourcing part, we can cover the different phases of a project. So these 4 steps are the main phases of our projects. I will cover them in detail just after. But basically, we can help you on defining the wireframing of the website. The wireframes are the structure and how do the pages work together and the different menus, so the links between the pages. So we can help you build a consistent architecture for your website. We can also help you on the design phase. So the design phase, it makes sense, that's the design part, so taking the right assets, colors, putting all together to create a beautiful and good-looking website. Then we have the theme creation. So the theme is a module, an external module that you could reinstall on a database to get a specific layout that go outside of what Odoo offers in the standard version. And finally, we can help you on reviewing some existing designs. Maybe one of your customers already has a design, you would like to know if it's possible to replicate it into Odoo, and if not, what should be improved, then we could also help you. What we don't do within the team is the functional implementation. By functional implementation, I mean the setting up of the database, the product configurations, and that's really your responsibility as the implementing partners. We can come on top of this part to help you build the website, but the configuration of the database remain your responsibility, and you'll be the main point of contact within the customer project. Secondly, we don't do content creation. We are not web agency, content agency. We do not create text, images, and videos. We expect you or the customer to provide it to us so we can integrate them into the website. And finally, we don't do SEO, so search engine optimization, on a daily basis. While we can help you on learning the fundamentals and the basics of SEO with Odoo, we don't provide a real day-to-day follow-up on our SEO services. So for the second aspect, so the second option, so not the outsourcing, but the training of your own employees, we could assign dedicated web designers from the team to help you on learning web development on Odoo. Of course, each developer or partner has a different level of expertise, so we didn't really standardize one package. We prefer to adapt the learning path based on your own qualification, and then we can just make it fully adapted to your levels of experience. And thirdly, we can also provide Q&A support. So Q&A support is in between, in case you have some specific questions, you already have the experience or the expertise, but you have some very specific question. Of course, we could take some hours to guide you and provide you some specific answer under a Q&A format. So it's mainly 2 or 4 hours of support. Of course, this service is available online, but we could as well come at your company place in case you would like to be trained on site. Some comments. Every project requires a qualification. I insist on this point. it makes sense, and clearly each website project is different. It's really fundamental to have good qualification, understand the customer expectations, and well, just understand the project in its globality, not only on the website part. For example, you may have some specific requirements in terms of how should the website work, not only on the design, but it's important to qualify the functional flow of every process that has to be performed on the website. We can help you on with this step. We have a tool, a survey. You can fill in the survey, and we will provide you and assist you in determining a good number of hours for doing this project. Regarding the invoicing policies, we charge the hours spent on a partner success pack, so nothing new here, as every service that we provide to partners, and the hourly rate is the same as other services. So let's jump to the second part, that is the new opportunities that the website and e-commerce market really brings to you as a partner. So for you as a partner, it's really important to understand the business opportunity and the gap that there is today in terms of services, in terms of website and e-commerce within the Odoo community specifically. So I believe it's gonna help you diversify your project. Maybe you are already implementing many ERP projects, but opening your expertise to e-commerce and website will allow you to get maybe new customers, a new audience that you would not have reached with only the ERP implementation. Many people are first looking for website and not specifically an ERP implementation. So it will diversify your project and help you reach a new audience. Also, it's gonna help you to upsell your existing customer. Maybe you already have within your customer base many customers that use Odoo as an ERP, and they might probably be interested by having the website on top of the ERP that they have. So it's possible to upsell your existing project, and on the opposite, maybe you'll get some new customers coming from the website that you will upsell on the ERP side of Odoo, because they will see of course, the added value of having integrated modules and more modules than simply the website and e-commerce on Odoo. And lastly, another point that I already heard from some partners, it will allow you to propose new services within the community to other partners. We have many partners that are looking for service in terms of websites, e-commerce, maybe in SEO if it's something that you could do. So I'm sure that it will allow you to collaborate with other partners if you specify in that field. So let's speak about the methodology and the different use cases that we have within the team. Our approach is the same as usual. We focus on delivering the standard feature first. There is no point of willing a very complex website if the customer is satisfied with the features that are provided by Odoo. So it's important to have a good understanding and knowledge about what Odoo can provide you in the standard form, and guide the customer to use these features specifically. Of course, an added value of Odoo is to be able to make some custom developments, and it's nice to be able to develop the website, but it's always in the second time of within the qualification. Secondly, the design always comes after the implementation. So it's a very important point. When we do project internally, we first implement the base, so the database and all the products before moving on the website part, the design itself. Of course, when you sign for a new website project, you would like to get instantly the new design and so on, but it's very, very important to first configure everything in the right way, and then we will be in charge of making it beautiful, of course, but that's always the second time. And finally, our methodology focuses on training the end users. It's super important. We really don't want the end users to be dependent on our own services. So to us, it's such an added value for the end user to be able to update the content by himself. It's just a question of training them, and we really focus on that point too. Basically, in our team, we have two types of projects. We have the one called the starter project. So within this project, we only use the standard feature of Odoo, so we don't add a single line of code. We do everything in standard, and trust me, Odoo is already awesome. You can achieve many things with the tool, but you have to understand how it works and know it perfectly. But as soon as you get the expertise, you can already achieve many things within the editor itself. And secondly, in case something is not covered into the standard form of Odoo, we can do what we call a pro pack, and then we will create a custom module, a custom theme, including advanced features or advanced layouts for your project. So this is an example of a starter project, a good example of an e-commerce. So that's a nice story. So Olivier Vin is a company from Belgium. They resell wine, and as you can see, they have a really clean and beautiful website, and there is no line of code added in this website. So it's a good proof that you can really achieve nice and good-looking results in terms of design with the tool. Of course, it's important to understand the fundamentals of the design itself, and we have many tools to help you on getting the fundamentals of designing a website. So that kind of project could be done between 25 and 50 hours in our department, and most of the time we implement 5 to 10 pages, and there is no specific lines of code, so the maintenance is very easy, and it allows us to deliver super fast the project. Well, on the opposite, we have the pro pack process. So how do we work when we really do a specific design implementation? First of all, the first phase will be the sitemap of the website. So generally, on big projects, we have many pages, many menus, many content that have to work together. So we define all the structure in the sitemap. Then we move on the second phase, which is the wireframing phase. I spoke earlier about that. That's mainly the organization of the space and the content hierarchy, the different available features and the expected behaviors of the website. So it looks black and white. I can show you an example. So to create wireframes, we use a software called Figma. It allows us to create a good structure. We have a lot of freedom in this tool, and it's also very nice to collaborate with the customer. I take this opportunity to tell you that we also created a library of wireframes. So if you want to design a structure and be sure that it's going to fit the standard Odoo features, we have developed a library of blocks that you can use in Figma, and then you'll be sure that you can reproduce that mockup into Odoo. If you are interested, let me know, and I will send you the file. So that's the wireframing phase. Then we have, for some project, the mood board. The mood board is the definition of the color palette. So what color are we using on the website, the visual identity, and the typography of the customer. But most of the big projects already have this when they sign a project. But we can help you on this. The fun phase, no, the design phase. So that's mainly the most preferred internally because, of course, it's very visual, and that's where your website starts looking very, very good. So in this phase, we are going to add all the different colors, the different pictures, elements that make the identity of the brand. Again, we do it in Figma. So we take this tool to create the different layouts. Well, my internet connection is a bit slow. So pictures are loading, but you get the point. So we can really design all the different pages, okay? And once the customer approves all the design, then it's time to build a custom module to implement on the database. So we will enter a code editor, and we will start reproducing every element from scratch. And this is done in the integration phase, so that's clearly the front-end development phase. we sometimes have a customer who already have a mock-up, an existing mock-up. So the projects will start at this phase. So it's possible for you to come with an existing mock-up. We can analyze and transcribe it directly into Odoo. Finally, as I said earlier, we also give trainings to the end users. That's very important. So they are autonomous at the end of the project. We do testing, and then we can finally publish the website and link an existing domain name to the database. Okay? So if you are interested in learning more about our work, we have a Dribble account, Dribble with 3B. That's a designer platform where we post all our projects. So feel free to have a look, and we try to update it quite frequently. If you are interested to learn more, we are available here after this session. So the team is there. Feel free to come speak with us. And you can also send me directly a message to my email address, so cw@odoo.com. And if you are already partner, you probably have a partner manager. Then it's also a good person of contact in case you have a specific project. So thank you very much. I hope that you enjoy the presentation and enjoy the experience. Right. So we'll go to the Q&A session. Ouais. Attends, je vais te donner un autre micro. OK. Check.
Thank you very much, Clément, for this insight into a somewhat new offer by Odoo and your team. Do we have any question or remarks in the audience from our customers, partners, colleagues?
Hello, thanks Clément for the presentation. In case one of our partners would like to outsource the web design to your team,
yes,
who will be in charge of maintaining all the code and
very
part that you put in place?
Good question. I'm glad you asked because I forgot this point. So when we create a website module, it's the same logic as when we do custom developments in the backend part of Odoo. So you have to maintain it across the different versions. When we do a project in direct, we are in charge of maintaining this module. However, this is paying for the customer because we add some custom lines of code, so there's an extra fee for the maintenance of the system. In case of an indirect project, so working with a partner, the maintenance is done by the partner itself. We cannot do the maintenance because you probably have some different hosting type. Maybe they are on-premise, for example. It's quite difficult for us to maintain a SIM to an indirect customer, but in case you need help in just maintaining an existing SIM provided by the team, we could also help you at the migration. So it's a paying service. We will charge the hours needed to maintain the SIM, but that's something we can provide. Is that clear? Okay. Cool.
Thank you, Clément. For someone already using, as you mentioned, Odoo ERP,
yes,
and they want to activate the web development or the website development,
yes,
what cost other than the implementation he has to incur? Other than the cost of the implementation, any licensing fees, any?
Yeah, so of course, when you have Odoo, you need first a license of Odoo, except if you are in the one-app free plan, but most of the customers are using, the other apps within a license. So you have the license, you have the cost of the implementation provided by you as a partner, and then you have the cost of the service, and it depends on the projects, but as I said, for out-of-the-box project, so no single line of code, it's around 25 to 50 hours, so it's going to be around, in Belgium, it's around 2,500 and 5,000 for a website. In case it's a complex project, it might be up to 150 hours, so it's more about 15,000 euro, but it's a fixed price.
Okay, even if the partner is handling the implementation, still certain fees should be paid to Odoo the 25 to 50 hours?
Yes, so I mean it's a service, so it's a paying service. Next to our services, yeah, of course.
Because in your presentation you mentioned two approaches,
yeah,
either
okay,
exactly
I get the
Odoo
point.
or the partner.
Okay,
I didn't
yeah.
see a hybrid.
Okay, sorry, maybe it was not clear, but of course there are two paying services. So
Okay.
it's the same logic. We take hours to deliver a project or to train your team, and we charge a partner pack to help you. So let's say you need 20 hours to train your team. We will charge you 20 hours across the partner pack.
Okay,
Okay?
thank you.
Okay, sure. But we also have some free resources. I'd like to tell this, but we have on the YouTube channel, we are really developing the different resources we make for free on to how to design and make websites. But of course, if you have specific question, it's dedicated developers. Yes. Do you have any other questions? Yeah.
Hi.
Hey.
So it's maybe a little bit negative question. I hope not too negative. We had a customer who had an experience with the Odoo design team,
Yeah.
and they were not so happy with the end result.
Okay.
And there was no ability to get any refunds or everything. All the hours were always like cumulative. So has it ever happened, or do you now have like anything to promise to the customer? So if you're not happy, we will be able to do something back
Okay.
in return, or is there not such a clause?
Okay. First of all, I'm quite sad to hear that you had a bad experience with the service, but maybe I don't know your project. I won't ask the customer, but whatever. Maybe the problem at the beginning at the qualification of the project. Maybe I don't know, but probably there was a misunderstanding of the expectation of what is provided by the website team. I don't know if it's a problem related to the design itself or the tool itself. So I don't know, but what I can tell and engage is the fact that we try to improve the qualification process in order to avoid that kind of situations. I want to reassure you that's quite an isolated case. Most of the customers are happy with the service, but in case you'd like to speak, maybe after this presentation and just to find a solution and discuss more in detail, we could do it, of course.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Clément. Thank you, everyone. We'll have to move to the next,
Okay.
to the next session.
Okay.
But make sure to find him or the team. Then
Yes.
if you have any other topics you'd like to discuss.
Yes. Thank you, everyone. Bye.